disclaimer, I do not believe that you can cure, very similar to like autism and ADHD and other neurodivergencies, I don't believe that you can cure gender dysphoria. I do think that you can alleviate the symptoms in certain ways, and I do think that magic can be one of those ways, or witchcraft can be one of those ways to do so, but I don't think that it can be curable. So just want to put that disclaimer, big disclaimer. Also, if you are experiencing gender dysphoria, I am not a medical professional, and some of the things that I'm going to recommend are aligned with medical advice. I advise you to seek a professional if you're going to take any of these suggestions. I don't have the expertise. I do have the expertise in the fact that I am 10 years into a medical transition and 18 years in a witchy adjacent spirituality. So with that being said, let's continue. First one, charge your HRT with the intention of bringing gender euphoria. Now this can be as simple as literally just speaking to your regimen, whether that be pharmaceutical, herbal, but speaking your intention into your regimen, or you could put it on your altar. You can put it under the moonlight to charge. However you want to do it, like that's a recommendation. Now, as far as like the herbs go, I don't have any specific herbs to recommend because I just use pharmaceuticals. I am like a sass witch in a way like that. So yeah, I believe in science. I also believe in spirituality. I believe in a lot of different shit. So yeah, don't at me, or do at me in the comments because I actually want to know. What do you think? Anyways, yeah, if there are herbs that you recommend, please let people know because I think that'll be great. Invocation of energies that align with your respective gender. Now that could be working with gods, goddesses, ancestors, transcestors, plants, animals, whatever you like, whatever like medicine or archetypes, and we'll talk more about archetypes later, will help you with, in your magical practice or in your witchcraft practice. I would say welcome it, Number 3, now this one's fun, glamour magic. I love me some glamour magic. As a SW, like, girl, I love me glamour magic. I think that brings in all the coins, but it can also bring in self-love. And that can be in the form of wearing, sorry, let me have some tea. That can be in the form of wearing gender-affirming clothing, adornments or makeup, gender-affirming surgeries, and again, like I said, I'm a sass witch, so I do believe that scientific advances are pretty magical in my opinion. I think that's pretty magical. So honor that into your work. Next one I'm going to talk about is some, it's pretty heavy, not heavy, hot in the witchcraft community, and that's Jungian shadow work, or like shadow work. Jung never really, stop, he doesn't want to do that. Sorry, the boys were doing too much. He never used the word shadow work. I don't know. I'm actually studying him, so that's like good. We're gonna learn together. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of public learning on this channel. So get ready for that. But yeah, Jungian shadow work, internal family systems, and parts work. This is the internal version of like the journaling, and maybe I can include some journal prompts in the description. I don't have any offhand. I didn't write any right now. I'm just like kind of typed this at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's like 9:20 after I was like scrolling on YouTube. I was like, all right, there's a little bit of light. I'm gonna record now. But yeah, Jungian shadow work is something that I've been doing for a couple years now. And when you think you're done, you're not done. You got more, because we're always learning, we're always contextualizing our life, and yeah, the work is never ending. when you're able to break down the different components of yourself, then you can have conversations with those aspects of yourself and get to really understand, where did you get those beliefs of your gender, or, you know, not feeling loved. And you can practice the self-care. And also, when those parts of you tell you, this is the person who told me this, or this is the ideology that inscribed this into me, this belief system, then you can do the external work, which is number 5, and that's the banishing aspect of it. Now, banishing work, that's, you know, you don't want to, I don't know, I don't want to tell you about cursing, hexing, but banishing is just, it's a way to set boundaries with yourself. And you don't want to banish any of your parts, because you're doing yourself a disservice. Because that will create another aspect of your shadow. You're always gonna have a shadow. You're never gonna get rid of your shadow. Just know that. If you do, then you're in fucking what's the place with Peter Pan? And you're never growing up. You're never growing. You're never getting older. So anyways, yeah. Recognize those monsters that created like that idea that you can never grow up, that you're always going to be that kid, or, you know, that person, that entity that you are not, because you're a badass transcending entity. And so yeah, transcend past that bullshit, period. And banish that shit away. I think I put 5 in the title, but I have a 6th one. And it's something that I try to do, and that's kind of like what I'm doing right now. And this is only if you have the capacity. This is like the next step of shadow work. It's like not teaching others, but like showing the world their shadow. And that can be channeling the rage that misgendering comes, like the rage that comes with misgendering, channeling all of that and alchemizing it into something that's productive. And so that could be like communal support. You know, that could look like gender activism. That could look like so many different things. A little anecdote about baby tranny Daisy. When I first moved to the city, and I got into my work of like community organizing. I used to facilitate this group called SWAG, which stands for Sex Worker Advocacy Group. And with both of those, I worked at a couple other organizations too, but a lot of times what would happen is I would see a lot of and I even experienced myself, gender-based violence. And so it can feel rewarding when you do take those raw feelings to the people who understand. And also it can feel empowering and actually provide agency when you see that your own narrative or the things that your impact is making a change. That's where the real magic is, to me. But the magic is everywhere, bitch. The magic is inside, the magic is outside, the magic is everywhere. You just have to harness it. And I actually do wish that I had done a lot of the internal work a lot better or deeper, I don't know, than I had been doing the external work. Because I was doing a lot of external work and doing a lot of people pleasing. And so I had to take a couple years off. And that's been healing for sure, but I'm happy to get back into it at my capacity. And yeah, so I just want to recap. Charge your HRT with intention of bringing gender euphoria, invocation of energies that align with your respective gender, glamour magic, Jungian Shadow Work, internal family systems, parts work, banishing, magics to remove those stories that were cast upon you, because bitch, we didn't write that. We are not the writers. We are the writers of our own destiny. We didn't write that shit. Gotta remove it. Editor. And then the sixth one, channel your rage of misgendering and gender violence into productive memes. Anyways, if you watched to the end, I really appreciate it. I hope if you did enjoy the video, like it. If you want to see more of me, subscribe. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.